Hey, good morning, everyone. Pastor Chris here, and welcome to another Poolside Chat. I'm going to close out our study on the tools of Satan. I think, to close this out, I've gone through some of the things he uses to either keep people from coming to a knowledge of God or to draw people away who have a relationship with God. And I think it all comes down to truth. At the very beginning, I said that, and the people got exchanged the truth of God for a lie. In John 8:44, it says Satan is a liar because it's his character. He doesn't like the truth, and a father of lies. I used to wonder what that meant. And I think at its root, go back to the 10 Commandments. First 3 commandments are all about God. And that's what gives us full life with God. Reliance on God, partnership with God, submission to God. However you want to say it, it's with God, following God, not following us or some person. And what does it mean, exchanging the truth of God for a lie? I mean, what I've said, you can read scripture, read the Bible, and it's like, oh, well, that's not really what God said. Or we put words in the Bible, well, that's what I heard. Or that goes back to Genesis. Or we ignore the words that were said. I know better. I don't want to follow this. Or, and this is what we've all gone over, I know God said this, but I don't believe it because that's not my life experience. Or, I thought God cast out fear, but I am really, really scared, so maybe God can't overcome fear. Or, I trusted God and He didn't do this, therefore I doubt God can take care of this, and maybe I even doubt God. And what does this look like at the end? The father of lies. And God says in Romans chapter 1, therefore I gave people over to their own ways, their own wisdom, their own desires. And we don't need to look farther than in our neighborhoods, in our cities, to see what happens when we follow man as opposed to following God. See, I used to say, and actually I still do say, the Christian life is an oxymoron. And that's where the faith comes in. If you want to be strong, you've got to become weak. That doesn't make sense, so therefore I'm not going to do that part. If you want to lead, you have to follow. No, that's not what the leadership people say. I'm not going to do that one. If you what was it? Strong, weak, lead, follow. If you want to succeed, you have, or if you want to get and gain, you have to give. No, I gain and I use it to gain more. See, life with God is an oxymoron. And what Satan does is he uses our desires. We call it in church a lust of the flesh. What you see, what you want. And I said this at the beginning, but I think it bears repeating. Because it's what life with God is. And that's how you overcome these tools of Satan. It's one, it's knowing. Sun Tzu. Know thy enemy. But then two, it's believing your leader, God. And in the book, Mud and the Masterpiece, story was told in there of a fella pastor wanted to become a Christian, and he didn't really want to. He didn't think leading was following. You gain or lose to, you give up to gain. It didn't make sense. He said he wakes up in the morning and he is convinced he is going to be a good person, have a good day. But then he rushes to get to work and it puts him in a foul mood. And he doesn't say good morning and doesn't see the people he walks past. He gets coffee but is impatient because he's in a hurry. He gets to work and there's tasks on his desk that he didn't expect, and he's annoyed. People come in to interrupt and he's short. And he said at the end of this litany, he doesn't want to be a Christian. He just wants to be a better me. And I think that describes a whole lot of us. And the only way you can be a better me is by the me getting out of the way and letting God direct. That's what Satan, the father of lies, wants of all of us. We know better. You know better. And you need to be in charge. I mean, God can be there, but you follow after me, God. And that's the lie part. This has been fun to go back over and do, because it also reminds me of how Satan works. And I hope that you have learned something in this. The sun's coming up. And if you have any questions, either about the tools Satan uses or about following God, I want to, but it doesn't make sense. Ask me. Write me. Let me know. I'd love to show you. Keep these questions coming, guys. Next week we're starting something new. And since I've talked about Satan, I'm going to talk about the hidden world. Is there a reality we don't see? UFOs is coming into the forefront. And I'll answer that question too. What do I think of UFOs? What does the Bible say about UFOs? So, anyway, it's been fun. Pastor Chris Ireland. Remember, let your friends know we're on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble at FL Compass Church. Keep these questions coming. And I'll see you next Wednesday. And remember, tomorrow's Sunday, so go to church. Have a great weekend.